Hello, children. I hope you all are tucked in your bed and waiting for my story. Children, today I have brought a very beautiful story of a small child whose name is Mei Ling. Mei Ling is a brave yet very sensitive girl. So let's read the story as you all go off to sleep. Let's start. A long time ago, at the foothill of a mountain in China, there was a lovely village. The village had plenty of water and crops grew well. Everyone had enough to eat and people were happy. Then everything changed. What was the change? Let's read further and find out. A huge noisy dragon came to live in a big hole that appeared on the top of the mountain. It breathed fire and threw up rocks from the hole. Sometimes it bellowed in such a loud noise that all the people in the village left their houses and ran away to another village till rumbling stopped. Now, clouds did not bring rain to the mountain and no cool water came trickling down. The crops dried up. Life became very hard for the villagers. They did not dare to climb up the mountain to find out what was wrong. The elders in the village warned the children. Don't go near the mountain, they said. If you do, the thundering dragon is sure to get you. He will take you away and eat you up. All the children were really scared of the noise the dragon made and stayed away. Mei Ling, who was 5 years and 11 months old, was the only child of her parents. She spent a lot of time playing in the garden by herself. She could see the top of the mountain from her garden. Sometimes she played there. She could see the dragon throwing out fire and rocks and making such a din that she couldn't even hear her dolls. My, what a tantrum, she thought as she put her dolls to bed. Has no one taught the dragon how to behave? I wonder who looks after it. Maybe it's just lonely. So, she would often wonder about the dragon. The more she thought about it, the more she felt that the dragon was really lonely. One day, Mei Ling's mother asked her, "You will be 6 years old soon. Whom would you like to invite to your birthday party?" "I'll invite all my friends and family members, and I'll ask the dragon as well," she announced. And she started climbing the mountain to invite the dragon. Come back, you crazy girl," yelled her mother. "The dragon will kill you." When Mei Ling was halfway up the mountain, there was a huge roar. From where she stood, Mei Ling could hear some of the words the dragon was roaring out. "I live, I alone, I'm the dragon, as stone." There was a rush of hot stones down the mountain and Mei Ling ran back home. "I hope that taught you to listen to your elders," scolded her mother. The next day, Mei Ling's father said, "Mei Ling, would you like to add anyone's name to your birthday list?" "Well, I want to add dragon's name," declared Mei Ling and set off up the mountain once more. "Come back, you stupid silly girl," roared her father. "The dragon will pick you up and carry you away." But Mei Ling wouldn't come down. She had almost reached the top. Now she could see an enormous dragon with a huge tail. It was thumping its tail and belting out a fearful song. "You dare not roam near my home. I'm the dragon breathing fire and stone." Fear flames flew out of dragon's mouth and almost licked Mei Ling's long black hair. She turned and ran back home before the dragon could burn her up. "I hope you have learned your lesson," said her father. "Don't ever do anything like that again." Mei Ling's birthday dawned bright and clear. It was a lovely day for a party. Let's move on. "I want the dragon at my party," said Mei Ling. Once more, she set off up the mountain. Her father called her back. Her mother begged her not to be so foolish. Go no further, Mei Ling. Her grandparents begged her. Her friends pleaded, Oh, Mei Ling, don't do this terrible thing. But Mei Ling went higher and higher until she reached very top. There was a fire up there, and the ground shook with the dragon's billows. Mei Ling heard the dragon saying, I live alone in my deep dark cave. Who comes here so daring and brave? I live alone in my deep dark cave. Who comes here so daring and brave? Mei Ling said, You are certainly fierce. I'm sure you are lonely as well. So, I have come to invite you to my birthday party. The dragon suddenly stopped roaring. Mei Ling, it said in a gentle voice, Nobody has ever spoken to me like that. You are kinder and braver than anyone I have seen. I'll certainly come to your birthday party. Climb on my back and we'll go down the mountain together. As they went down the mountain, a cool blue ribbon of water appeared behind them. The river followed them all the way down to the village. Once more, the village had cool fresh water. Soon the trees grew back and the crops started thriving. The people had plenty to eat and were happy again. As for the dragon, it stayed in that village in China. The people thought of it as a mascot that brought good luck. Mei Ling became a great heroine and lived to celebrate many birthdays. So children, this was the story of Mei Ling, who was a very brave yet a very kind girl. She could not see anyone, be it a dragon itself, to be alone and lonely. So with this beautiful story of Mei Ling, let's say good night to each other and meet in another story some other day. Good night, children.